A lot of people spend days trying to avoid failure. They fear it. They hide from it. They pray against it. They see it as proof that something is wrong with them. But if you watch life closely, something strange begins to appear. The people who understand themselves the most are often not the people who succeeded early. The people with the deepest wisdom are usually not the people whose path was smooth. And the people who make the best decision later in life are often those who have failed in ways they never imagined. Failure has a language success rarely speaks. And the painful truth is that many of life's most important lessons cannot be learned any other way apart from failure. You can read about them. You can hear advice about them. You can watch others go through them. But until failure forces you to face them, they remain idea instead of understanding. Have you observed how many people change completely after a major setback? Not because failure destroyed them, not because failure showed them something they could never see before. Today we are uncovering 5 lessons failure teaches better than success. Lessons many people only understand after suffering. Lessons that quietly shape the strongest, wisest, and most self-aware people. And perhaps lessons that could change the way you see your own struggles. Lesson 1. Failure reveals who you really are. Success often hides character. Failure exposes it. When things are going well, almost anyone can appear confident. Almost anyone can appear patient. Almost anyone can appear kind. But what happens when life refuses to cooperate with you? What happens when the business collapses? What happens when relationship ends? What happens when the exam results arrive and your name is not among those who passed? That is when reality begins to speak. Many people believe they know themselves, but oftentimes they only know the version of themselves that exists when life is comfortable. Failure introduces them to the version that appears under pressure, the version that becomes angry, the version that wants to quit, the version that blames others, or the version that keeps going despite disappointment. In many African communities, people celebrate success loudly. When a young man builds a house, it is being celebrated. When a woman starts a successful business, it is celebrated. When a student graduates, it is celebrated. Everyone sees achievements, but very few people see the years of setback that reveals the person's true character. What if the most valuable thing failure gives us is not pain? What if it is self-awareness? Because once you see yourself clearly, you can begin to change. And people who understand themselves have an advantage that success alone can never provide. Lesson number 2. Failure shows you who is truly with you. Have you noticed how some people disappear when circumstances change? A man becomes wealthy. His phone never stops ringing. People visit often. Everyone wants to be close to him. Then one day the business struggles. The money becomes scarce. Suddenly the crowd becomes smaller. The calls becomes fewer. The invitation stops coming. Many people think failure is only about losing money, opportunities, and status. But oftentimes, failure is revealing something far more important. It is revealing people. Success attracts attention. Failure reveals loyalty. Success attracts admiration. Failure reveals commitment. This is why many people discover the real friends during difficult seasons. Not because failure creates true friendship, but because it removes the marks. It removes the people who were only connected to the benefits, and it reveals those who genuinely care. The lesson is very simple and painful, yet it is priceless, because a small circle of genuine people is worth more than a crowd of temporary supporters. And failure often teaches the truth better than success ever could. You cannot learn from success, you learn from failure, because every failure you experience teaches you one thing. It draws you closer to your success. You remember about instinct? Lesson number 3. Failure exposes the lies we tell ourselves. One of the strangest things about human beings is how easily we deceive ourselves. Sometimes we know a relationship is unhealthy, yet we stay. Sometimes we know we are avoiding responsibility, yet we create excuses. Sometimes we know our habits are damaging us, yet we convince ourselves everything is fine. Why do people do this? Because truths can be uncomfortable, and comfort often feels safer than honesty. Success sometimes allows these illusions to survive, but failure has a way of tearing them apart. A businessman may blame everyone else for years, the economy, his competitors, his family, his employees. Then eventually he is forced to confront a difficult possibility. Maybe the problem was not everyone else. Maybe the problem was his decision. A student may keep blaming teachers until repeated failure forces a deeper question. Could there be something I need to change? Failure often acts like a mirror many people spend years avoiding. And while mirrors can be uncomfortable, they are necessary. Because growth begins the moment self-deception ends. What truth might your struggles be trying to reveal? What if the setback is showing you something you need to see? Not to shame you, but to help you become wiser. The fourth lesson is failure teaches humility. Failure teaches humility. Success can be a dangerous teacher. Not because success is bad, no. But because success sometimes creates an illusion. The illusion that you are in complete control. The illusion that we know everything. The illusion that our victories happen entirely because of our own brilliance. Then failure arrives. And suddenly, life feels different. The trader realizes market can change. The graduate realizes qualification does not guarantee opportunities. The wealthy person realizes money cannot solve every problem. Failure reminds us of something many people forget. Human beings are not as powerful as they imagine. Life is bigger than one person. Humility is not weakness. Humility is clarity. It is understanding that there is always more to learn, more to improve, more to understand. Have you ever met someone who became successful and difficult to be around, then later became more grounded after a major setback? Failure often does that. It removes arrogance, it softens pride, it teaches respect for life's uncertainties. And people who learn humility often make better decisions because they stop assuming they already know everything. Lesson 5. Failure teaches what truly matters. Failure forces people to rethink their priorities. Many people spend years chasing things they believe will make them happy. Money, status, approval, recognition. Then they finally achieve some of these things. Yet, the emptiness remains. Others lose everything they spent years pursuing. And surprisingly, they discover something unexpected. They are still alive, still breathing, still capable of rebuilding, still capable of loving and being loved. Failure strips away distraction. It asks difficult questions. What really matters? Who really matters? What are you actually living for? In villages, cities, churches, mosques, workplaces, and families, people often spend decades chasing what everyone else says is important, only to realize much later that they are climbing the wrong ladder. Failure interrupts that journey. It forces reflection. And sometimes the greatest gift hidden inside failure is perspective. The realization that some things are worth fighting for and some things were never worth sacrificing your peace for in the first place. Perspective. Now, failure is rarely the end of the story. Most of the time, it is part of the story people try hardest to avoid or erase. Yet, it is often the chapter that teaches the most. Success can show you what works. Failure can show you who you are. Success can attract people. Failure can reveal them. Success can increase confidence. Failure can increase wisdom. And if you watch human beings closely enough, you begin to notice something remarkable. The people who become truly wise are not necessarily the people who avoided failure. They are the people who listened to it. Because failure is not always life telling you that you are incapable. Sometimes it is life revealing what success was too loud to teach. And perhaps it is very important that we know this. The moments that hurt the most are often the moments that reveal the most. Not about the world, not about other people, but about yourself. And once you truly understand yourself, you begin to see people. relationship, success, failure, life itself through entirely different eyes. And that is a lesson no victory can ever teach you. Thank you. Like this video, comment in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed.